So I need to do share screen and desktop one, and share that. Hooray.
We go.
Well, we've made it to March 2021. Welcome to the Omaha Astronomical Society General Meeting on Friday, March 5th. So let's take a moment out for a meeting moment. If you have headphones, please use them with the meeting. Please remember to mute your microphone when you are not speaking. If you're on a computer or a laptop, the spacebar can act as a push to talk button. If you do not want to be seen, you can mute your video. You can change your view to side by side during the meeting if you want. You can raise your hand using the icon at the bottom of the participants list. On my screen, it is in blue. And to file a motion, please unmute and state your name. And when we vote, you can go ahead and just unmute when we do that. I need to change that slide. Do we have any guests here tonight? I think that's Carla. Carla, how did you hear about us?
This mute, unmute, and my mouse are not talking to each other. Actually, I belonged to the Astronomy Society a long time ago when it was in Durham, and I was a student at UNO.
Oh.
And then life got in the way, and then I'm at home now, so I might as well do productive things. And so I looked on the internet and contacted you.
Great. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
We would normally be in Durham, but COVID got in the way.
Yep.
I know COVID has affected nearly every aspect of many people's lives. The lives of many people. Sorry, it's very poor English.
Good to have you. Is there
What did I do wrong?
any other guests with us this evening?
Well, I'm not exactly a guest. I just joined last week. My name's Terry Jennings.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Yeah.
Hi,
How did
Terry.
you find out about us before you joined?
I did an internet search. I've been kind of looking at your HTML page for a few months.
Okay. Well, welcome.
Thanks.
This is my first meeting too.
Yeah. I can't see you on my screen, so who is it? Is it Derek?
Yeah.
Well, welcome, Derek. Did you also search for us and find us?
I actually talked to my high school astronomy teacher, and he recommended me to you guys.
Oh, great. Which school, if I may ask?
Papillion La Vista.
Oh, cool. All right.
Go Monarchs.
So
Yeah.
that was Doug Scholl.
Correct.
Yeah, he teaches for UNO too.
Yeah, I took him for 1 year there too.
Actually, I teach a after school class at PLV on Tuesdays.
Oh, that's really cool.
Heck. Well, good to have you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Cool. Okay, so as a member of the OAS, you will also be a member of the Astronomical League and will receive the Reflector quarterly magazine. You will get access to Astro Park, our observing site in Weeping Water, Nebraska. We have a great telescope loan program where you can try out telescopes, observe and experience the different ones. Our monthly newsletter, the Stella, has got a lot of info in it and some great articles, so that is highly recommended. We also have a Discord server set up for members to converse and collaborate. Just a reminder that right now you can get a subscription to Astronomy Technology Today. OAS has kind of trialing this with them. So you can sign up and receive your digital subscription. No credit card is required. If you want to screenshot my slide, you may, or you can email or message me and I will send you the link. And then when it says you have a coupon, you put in club and then the sign up process will begin. I did that too. There's no credit card required for that. So how many people were at Astro Park in the past month? I wonder if my driving in through the front door counts. I didn't make it all the way in, so
I suppose it does.
I drove by. Yeah, so I'm sure there was a few. They may not be with us tonight, but I've seen some stuff in the Discord. So I bet there's at least 2. All right, upcoming important dates. So Lowell Observatory is having a virtual Messier Marathon the night of March 13th through the morning of March 14th. You can visit that site. In fact, you know what? Can I? Oops. I'm going to copy the link and put it in the chat. They also have their own YouTube channel, so they do a lot of these events. There was one the other night. So I recommend if you want to participate, you can.
Let me ask you, by virtue, you mean they're going to go through all the Messiers for you?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So you might be able to like turn on the stream and let it run. And then if you fall asleep and wake up later, it's still on, right? Or you could like watch it later if they archive the stream. I don't know if they're going to archive it. So you may have to just watch it live, but that's all the excitement, right? Go through each one.
And if you complete it, you'll get a virtual piece of paper.
What's on the paper, George?
Virtual writing.
Oh, very good. Another important upcoming date. Nebraska Star Party registration is now open. Do we have anyone from NSP here to talk about that?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hi, John.
Yes, registration is now open. You can go online to the, as it says there, nebraskastarparty.org and register online and pay with your credit card. Or you can go online there on the registration page and download a PDF file that you can print out and fill out and mail in to the post office box. So we're getting excited to get things rolling. Last I checked, we had 22 online adult people registered, and talking to Eric earlier today, he had gotten 3 mail-in ones already back with another 6. Another 6 adults and 2 children, I think. Yeah, so we're getting going. We're going to try to hold as much of a star party as the world will allow us when we get up there. Who knows? We plan on it until we're told that we can't do something. So, including speakers and the field school and what have you.
And did you just open that earlier this week, right?
We opened it on the 1st, the Monday, the online thing. So obviously people were waiting in the wings to get registered.
Well, that's great.
I registered.
Woohoo!
Fantastic.
Hey, John, this is Dean. I registered, and when we're done with the meeting, I'd like to talk about people that have been up there, places to stay, that sort of thing, recommendations, that's all. I won't take up time here, but.
Sure. Yeah, we can.
The Prairie Club.
There you go, yeah.
Well, we're gonna bring our RV up, and I looked at the places, I wasn't quite know where to go, so anyway. Thank you.
or yeah, let's not get our time clogged up right now with that. But we will.
Awards chair. Rodney.
Yes. Can't hear me, right?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay. All right. I got some new earphones, so I'm just making sure that you can hear me. As far as I know, there's no new awards that I'm aware of. I know Sonali had got hers for the conjunction, the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. Yay, good for Sonali. And also I see that you've shared this Special Observing Award for the Astronomical League 75th anniversary. You were reading some of it, what was on that, and boy, seemed like there was a lot to it. So I'm gonna have to familiarize myself with that.
It is
And,
a big list. Do you want me to show it real quick?
Sure, yeah. And it's a bunch of, it's not like, is it one award or is it a whole bunch of awards that?
Well, it says challenge, right? Deadline for submission is December 31st.
Yeah, I'm glad you showed that. Yeah, so people know that they have a while to do it.
The participants may either image or observe and sketch the 75 requirements for this certification. It is a lot. So for instance, great red spot observation, 20 of them.
See, I mean,
yeah.
How many people even have telescopes that they can do that with? You know, I don't even think any of mine are big enough. I mean, my 8-inch maybe, but.
Well, you know, if the people who do it, I mean, they'll be in a company of themselves. I mean, that's
this
part
is true.
Of a challenge, right?
Yeah, this is true, and it seems quite challenging, but yeah, you would be in a group all on your own. So I definitely encourage people to give it a whirl.
And they're
give it a whirl myself, and
all of the observing programs are also on their website if you are curious for awards.
Doesn't a small telescope show the red spot?
Yeah. Of course, you remember that weather's going to affect that too, right? So you may just think, well, I can do 20. Well, if the weather's bad, you may have to do more than 20 to get your number up. But I suppose
that's the shift in coloration of the red spot over time. Who knows what it's going to do?
Yeah.
See, and I don't know, even with the small scope, I mean, I've seen the equatorial belts, but I mean, and even out here by Astro Park, I don't know that I've ever actually seen the red spot. Maybe I haven't had enough magnification or know what I'm looking for.
I pulled in the red spot with the 4.5-inch Newtonian, but that was in northern Arizona, way outside of town, under absolutely perfect skies. So I wouldn't rely upon that as a benchmark.
I did see it one time when we were out at Zarinsky. Somebody had it in pretty nicely, but it was a particularly clear night, and even with the light pollution, and it was pretty dim, but we could see it.
Yeah. My observation was back in 1998, before the red spot started lightening up.
And, okay, right.
And it was good enough that I was able to catch a shadow transit of Europa that same night too. But again, those were extremely extraordinary circumstances.
Right. Okay, thank you for that.
Hey, Rodney, may I say, just a few minutes ago at this very meeting, I got an email from Bob Kerr saying he finally put my globular cluster certificate in the mail. So congratulations to me. Yay.
Hooray.
Yeah. I suppose you did just send me that, and I responded, and so yay to Janine, man. That was a tough one too. I mean, it was like globular clusters, and it was like, was it supposed to be at least 50? And what'd you do, 70? Did you have 74, I believe?
Yeah, about 74. I kept looking for ones that would be big enough that I could make better descriptions other than just a little fuzzy glow.
Yeah, you went above and beyond. You did an excellent job, and and you said that he had communicated with you and said that you just did an amazing job on that award. So yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can I ask a
You're welcome.
request, Janine?
Okay.
When you get it, can you take a picture and send it so we can put it in the Stella?
Well, gee,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
it's
Yes.
already swollen too big as it is, but okay, I'll do it.
Hold your head up with both hands, you know.
Thanks, Rodney. Okay, observing chair.
He said he answered.
So here comes March and some good weather, at least for a few days. Though I think it's supposed to rain sometime next week. But in the evening, mostly, if you've not yet seen it, you should definitely go out and look at Mars. It's near the Pleiades and Taurus, and along with Betelgeuse, you see some nice 3 red objects, Mars, Aldebaran, Betelgeuse, and if the sky is clear, you can even look for our Leporis and hunt for that carbon star. Uranus, if you again need help finding it, it'll be near the moon on the 16th, about 3 degrees in radius and around 3 degrees to the moon. So that's one way to spot it. I have tried this when it's been close to either Mars or the moon, and it's really a lot easier to look for it than just a random blue dot somewhere. The morning skies really have all the planets lining up, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury. And between the 9th and the 11th, look for Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, and the moon. They're going to be pretty close, so that should be a nice sight to get up early in the morning before sunrise and look for that. Venus and Neptune are not visible, but they are both superior conjunction, the 10th for Neptune and the 26th for Venus. New moon's on the 13th, and that is the night of the Messier Marathon for the Lowell Observatory. If it's clear and you want to take a shot of it for yourself outside, that's a challenge that you should take up. Full moon on the 28th. And as you can see between the sunrise and sunset times, it's the days are getting longer and hopefully warmer here pretty soon. Daylight saving time, March 14th, again, the weekend of the Messier Marathon. So we're going to spring forward an hour. And the vernal equinox falls on March 20th. So a lot of astronomical dates this month to look for and events. And that's all. And this is...
Oops, sorry.
Nope, that's fine.
I can put it back up.
So for those who are not familiar with what conjunction means, it's syzygies, what is actually the name for a configuration of 3 celestial bodies in a gravitational system. We use the Earth as reference for when we talk about superior and inferior conjunction or opposition. And I think this diagram is pretty self-explanatory. A superior conjunction is when the body is on the opposite side of the sun with respect to the Earth. Inferior when it's in between. So as you can see, only 2 planets really can be in inferior conjunction, so Mercury and Venus. And opposition is when the planet is on the opposite side of the Earth with respect to the sun. Obviously, Venus and Mercury cannot be in opposition. So that's just an explanation for what those terms mean.
Thank you, Sonali.
Sonali, I have a brief question. I just heard something on the radio. I know it couldn't have been at night tonight. She's allegedly tonight, but Mercury, Jupiter were supposed to be close to each other, and then there was supposed to be an asteroid whizzing by both of them too. But she said tonight. I know it couldn't have been tonight because I know Mercury's in the morning, and so is Jupiter.
The asteroid is Apophis, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it, or something.
Apophis.
Was it Apophis?
Thank you.
Yep, Apophis.
Yes, I don't know about
Okay.
using past. I think maybe Krista could tell us. Or I could look it up.
Well,
Tell you
Apophis is the one they
what.
keep worrying about.
It's on
It's not going to hit
CNN.
us in 30 years. It's not going to hit us in 30 more years. And
It's on CNN, and it's Jupiter Mercury conjunction. What's the name of the asteroid? But it's mostly the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, it
okay.
won't be an easy one for us to see.
All right. I didn't think so. That's why I had to ask.
Maybe Vesta?
No, that's out in the asteroid belt.
Yeah, no, this is a Apophis that we're talking about. That's the name of the asteroid.
Yeah, so it comes in closer, but it's still pretty far out. I can't remember what the magnitude is, but for most of us in the Omaha urban area, it will be not something you want to try.
Yeah, the Apophis, that's the one they keep saying, well, it's not going to hit Earth here in the 30s, and it's not going to hit Earth in 68. And,
2049.
Yeah, and then allegedly it's going to whiz by again in 2068. It's going to be closer, but it's still not going to hit us. And, and it's all Facebook hubbub.
Yeah, it says it's over 1,312 feet spans. So it says it's 10 million miles from our planet, 44 times further than the moon on March 5th.
Yeah, so it's a near Earth asteroid, but it's still not a bright object.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
It says the virtual telescope project in Rome, you could see it through. It's the flyby online free through the virtual. It's on CNN World.
Okay. Thank you. Outreach co-chairs. John or Steve, who would like to?
John, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Do you want the slide? Do you want to?
Well, what'd you have? Are we?
I had that thing about Astro Park.
About doing something like an inReach thing down at Astro Park.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Short notice, but I was just checking the weather forecast, and it looks really good for tomorrow night. So clear skies. Essentially no. Well, maybe a little bit of breeze, but temps really decent for this time of year. So so that's what we were kicking around at our officer board meeting last night. If anyone's interested, obviously we're still hesitant about having quote totally open public nights. So I can't remember if I got on there, but I'll probably put a cancellation notice on our normal Tuesday night thing out at Lake Zarinsky. But let's hope in a couple months we can get back doing that.
John?
Yes.
I've got one quick star party thing.
Go ahead.
Since we all have been doing a star party of one, so I changed my name.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I would really recommend that star if you like carbon stars. It's a beautiful, beautiful star in Hydra, which is close to the meridian about 10 o'clock at night these days. So if you're going to do a star party of one, try that one.
John?
Which one? Me or John Johnson?
JJ or JL?
John, you. Mr. Host. Mr. Host.
Oh, me. Okay.
Yes. This George Allen. I had a phone call a few minutes ago from Astro Park. The conditions are optimal, and it is nearly astronomical nighttime. And Bill Bond said to tell you that he's down there having a ball, looking up
All right.
400 Herschel 400s, and tell you, I hope you have a nice meeting.
Good. Well, thank you. I'll mark him down as Astro Park usage.
Astro Park.
There
usage.
you go.
Well, that's March. We'll have to count him next month.
Yes, next month. Thank you.
And I just have a quick question for you because pronunciation is important. Is it hydri?
Hydre. Is the Latin way of pronouncing hydre.
That's unless you watch the Avengers.
What do the Avengers call it?
Hail Hydra. Bad guys.
Uh-huh.
So obviously we want to be doing safe observing down at Astro Park. Astro Park is in Weeping Water, Nebraska. It's outside town. Best don't drive there at night because you might not see it, and it's best to drive when it's, the sun's still up to find it. There are 2 paths to get there. There's from the south and from the north, and we could get the information document to you. Is Mike
Yes,
Gallagher here?
Carla had a question there. Did you catch that, John?
Yeah, that's what I was.
I'm here, but I don't know who's asking for it.
Well, what I'm saying is isn't the part of the new membership packet the
Oh, yes.
the directions to Astro Park? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Is it in the Stella?
No.
Not usually, because that's
Okay.
Public.
that can be
Carla is
downloaded easily.
for
So.
directions, Mike.
Yeah. So let me grab this real quick. And we can let's see. I've lost my video window.
You want me to answer that, chat, John?
No, I'm doing it right
All right,
now.
there you go.
So
Okay, great.
I can't make it any bigger because it's a PDF.
Zoom in on the bottom.
Oh, thank
Hover,
you.
zoom. Yep.
All right. So
Way to go, Kristen. You're good.
here's Weeping Water, right? So a lot of people tend to take Highway 50 down through Springfield and Louisville. And then they go through Weeping Water and go into, I need to scroll down. Go through town and then go out. It's on Stephanie Lane. This is the farmer's house that's right near the entrance. There's a great big tree right near this entrance. I should.
It's a sycamore tree, so it's got white bark on it, if that helps anybody ID.
I'm going to do this instead. This is a bit better for me.
Astro Park is 50 miles from the center of Omaha. No matter down 75 or down 50, it's about the same. 50.
Yep. So when you go through Weeping Water, you need to get on South Garfield, and that turns into Scenic Lane. And you kind of go around and you pass over a creek, and then there's the Weeping Water Gun Club.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just keep following Scenic Drive, and it comes around. And this is that farmer's house. Let me switch to the graphics. And then the road is right here. This is the entrance. And then it goes back and around to the pads back there.
And I don't know if this helps. There's a gas station called the Express Lane. You take a left at that. When it dead ends, you take a right, and that'll take you on the right road. You'll be heading. If you take a right, you'll be heading south, and that's the road you want to be on. You go past the fertilizer plant, and you hit a T, and you take another right. You cross the creek, and yeah, then there's the gun club, and then top of the hill is So there's some landmarks. I mean, I live down here, so that's there's some landmarks to help, hopefully.
There is a gate that has the address, and it says private property on it.
I think there's something important, something else to mention, and that is that the people who live in the farmhouse are used to traffic going down astronomers going down. So you don't have to stop at the house and ask permission.
Right.
Yeah. And he may come down and check just to make sure that you belong there, because he's done that with me. So
And what about the padlock?
There is no
There isn't
padlock.
one.
Never was.
yeah, it's just dummy locked. It's just thrown over the hook. The lock chain is thrown over the hook.
Yeah, the padlock's been gone for 2 decades, I think. John, just to clarify, that document that you were showing first is in the new members packet that gets mailed out to a new
Yes.
member.
Correct. That is correct. We don't normally list these things directly on the website because then people might go and do parties.
There have been parties at Astro Park,
Well,
but
yes.
there was
Star parties?
it was
Talking
him.
non-members. So,
Ne'er-do-well parties.
when you will get the members packet usually by email by the treasurer when he gets your registration. So we can get it to you another way if we need to.
Or she can just go on YouTube tomorrow and look at the meeting the recording.
Okay.
That we're making now.
Yeah. Let me.
Of course, if I knew who it was, I could just send it to him.
I think Carla is asking, right? So,
Yes.
the address to send is Omaha Astronomical Society, Post Office Box 34703, Omaha, Nebraska 68134-0703. And you're going to do $25, put the date, your name, address, city, state, zip, your phone number, and your email, and any comments that you want. That's what's on. That's what this registration form has.
Kim has been nice and put the address in the chat for us.
Great. Thank you, Kim. There's also a way to register online through PayPal on the website. I've got so many things open, I don't know where everybody is. There you are. Hi, everybody.
Hi, John.
All right, let's get back to our slides. Oh, we have no outreach from the public perspective, just the impromptu. All right. Stafford could not make it this evening, so I will do the loan program chair. The 10-inch Dobsonian that was repaired immediately got checked out after the repair. So it is now checked out through May. I don't think there was any other changes. We had some things come back in. But there is a question of these two that say July 2020. So the 80 millimeter refractor and what was the other one? The 6-inch white Dobsonian. So as part of our executive meeting last night, it was discovered that the two individuals who had taken loan of those telescopes, their membership had lapsed. So Stafford has emailed them asking to return them. We already heard back, and one should be back this weekend, and we're waiting to hear back on the 6-inch white Dobsonian. So that was a quick turnaround because he just sent them out, and then he got a response on the first one. So that's pretty positive. So, a scope loan period is 90 days. if it's shown past due on the loan date, it can be recalled if somebody expresses an interest in checking that scope out. But unless the person, is still using it and nobody's checking it out or needs it, it usually stays with that individual. Because there are so many items on our list, our telescope and binocular program chair is not able to store everything in his house. So we just kind of work with that process. We do have an open position. The program chair is open. We are looking for an individual to be in that position. We're looking to form a committee to search for that individual. If you are interested in being on the committee or the program chair position, please contact any of the officers. There is an entry in the Stella. Our past program chair, Lee, due to time commitments, could not continue in that position, so she relinquished her position. So it is now open again. So for tonight's presentation, we will be doing a video from the lecture series that we had been doing previously when we had moments where we needed it. So the name of it is escaping me at the moment, unfortunately. I think it was Great Lectures.
The name is An Introduction to Astronomy.
Oh, thank you.
Understanding the Universe, An Introduction to Astronomy. And we'll be watching the segment on Mars.
Okay. Thank you, Louis. Tool time. Kendall has something he said he would like to share tonight.
Okay, let's see. You have the mute works. Okay. Monday and Tuesday night, I was able to get out and look at Mars and the Pleiades. Let's see if I can bring up the photo.
You have the green button at the bottom of your Zoom window. It says share.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the next one now.
And then you would choose like either the whole desktop or the specific app. I would choose the desktop, and then you can open whatever app that you want to show the picture.
Miles? You're not getting your own stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right there, button.
I can see your desktop.
Actually, it's not
MSI.
That's really interesting because I'm looking at select a window or application that I want to share. And I've got my choices of basic, advanced, and files.
Go with basic. And it should be the first one should be just share screen.
Okay, screen.
Mm-hmm. And that, or share desktop. I think it's share screen or share desktop. And that should allow us to see what's on your computer. You might have to unshare whatever you're sharing now. We do see a desktop.
Okay, let's try again.
Seeing this.
Yeah, I'm looking at my choices are screen, whiteboard, iPhone, iPad, and something I've got on elsewhere on the internet.
Is it the one picture that from the other day, Kendall?
Yeah,
Do you want me to share it?
yeah, why not?
Okay.
My telescope's pointed at the Pleiades right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here it
Yeah,
is.
that's it. The only thing that's a little bit disappointing is that I would like to have gotten some more nebulosity in the Pleiades, but the price of that would have been a halo around Mars. You know, it was a bit of, try to get a little bit of nebulosity and not much halo. If I'd been able to separate the thing into layers, that would have worked better. Then I could have optimized each one. But that's more sophisticated software than I've got right now. Okay. Anyway, that's the beast. That was from the 2nd.
Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Louis, did you have something you wanted to share?
Yeah, I thought it might be nice to look at Aurora. So let me bring that up. Sonali shared a link with us quite some time ago. And do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this is a video up by Fairbanks, Alaska from this morning because it's still light there right now, so we can't see real time. But let's, if we start it running, you can actually go out and see real time video of Aurora up in Alaska pretty much every night when it's dark.
That's
And
wonderful.
it was last night, this morning. It apparently got quite interesting here. If we zip forward, I'll go faster than it actually. We don't want to sit here for a couple hours. But there was dawn, but yeah, there were things just going on all over up there. So pretty nice. I will post the link. Let's see. I changed my screen. Did it change for you, or am I sharing the?
Yeah, I see Aurora forecast.
Okay, so this is from the University of Alaska at Fairbanks, and this forecast is showing up around the Alaska area. But if you click on this graphic, then you can see the forecast and how it gets closer to us. There's also a link on this page that goes back to the Space Weather Prediction Center, where there is also a forecast there, but this is a way to get that. The camera that we were just looking at, you click on this icon and then it'll take you into that, where you can either watch the current, and it's telling you right now that the camera is not active. It doesn't, it's still daytime there. And when that's running, you can also watch the last 30 minutes of activity that had happened. So this is, it's still daytime there. So as is obvious. But if you go to this third link on the bottom right, then you can get the current video. It says tonight, but this is actually what we were just watching from this morning. And you can see that it goes through the night and gets pretty neat. But I recommend this website. I'll put the base hyperlink in the chat. Thank you.
I wonder if their website lists where that camera is located.
I haven't looked real closely, but it's at a research site of Fairbanks University, so you could probably find that location pretty easily, because you can see their support buildings in the background and all. So it's I assume it's north of Fairbanks a little ways at least.
Yeah. All of my meetings were actually in the geophysical building when I was up there.
Well, this camera might be real close to that then.
Yeah.
Or was that on campus?
I'm
thinking
southern view from the building is pretty open.
Yeah.
You can see Denali from the building.
Okay. Anyway, I'll put the link in the chat for everybody.
Thank you. If that's all of our tool times, we'll take a reconvene at 8:30.
Actually, I have one too.
Oh,
if
you
have
do?
Time.
Sure.
Real quick. Yeah. You ready? Because I'm going to try to screen share. All right. All right. Can you see that?
Almost. Yes.
Oh,
I know what this is.
Yeah. We were out walking the dog February 27th, facing due west, and we saw a really bright meteor that lasted maybe 2 seconds, a little more. So we were pretty excited. Walked home, went to this website and plugged the data in. 16 other people reported that same really bright meteor fireball. The reason I wanted to report it was because I knew it was really bright. It fragmented at the end and it flared and it was green. So all those things say that, hey, this was a big deal. And so, as you can see, people from Iowa, Kansas, South Dakota, Missouri, a lot of different people reported that same thing. I was the only one in the Omaha area, which is a little surprising, but people from Des Moines, Sioux Falls, Kansas City all saw this. So it's pretty cool. It's quite easy to go to the website, American Meteor Society, and make a report. And they ask you specifically where you were, and they give you a little map to narrow that down, what time you saw it, whether there was any sound, whether you saw fragmentation, how bright you estimate it was. The levels over here say how much you estimate you are able to observe meteors and report, accurately. And then it goes into a kind of a file where it's a possible report. And then a couple of days later, they put the data together and put up a page like this. So it's a lot of fun. If you see a very bright meteor, they would be interested. Let me know if anybody has any questions.
Kim, what part of the sky did you say that was in?
This was the 27th of February. We were facing due west, saw a meteor start basically overhead at zenith and go to 50 degrees about. So very bright and quite high. And we would happen to be looking in the right direction.
When you report, is that the kind of information you put into these?
Exactly. They have some tools to help you describe where you saw it start and where you saw it finish. So even if you've never tried to report something like that before, the reporting is quite easy.
There's actually a little, there's a figure and it's very pictorial.
Yes.
You can't estimate the actual degrees. It lets you just draw an arrow from the direction you think you saw it, adjust the angle of the arrow, locate it in the sky. Even if you don't know what the exact, like Kim said, from zenith to 50 degrees, even if you don't know that, you can still move that arrow around in that little graphic. So you really don't have to know a whole lot if you can just picture it again and use that little graphic. It's quite easy and it's fun.
So after you've seen it, just take a note of the time so that.
Right.
Okay.
So just take a note of the time, and then once you get in there, it's almost like Google Maps where you can estimate where you are, and the little figures that you see, you can actually turn their head around on that map. So if you're not sure, whether it was south, southeast, or whatever, if you know you were standing facing your house and where your house is, that figure, you could make it face where you were facing accordingly. So it's really easy.
Nice.
I thought it was pretty cool that as I watched this meteor, I saw it break up into 3 pieces at the end. You don't often see that.
That's very cool. I've never seen anything like that. plenty of meteors, but not one
Right.
breaking out. That's fascinating.
And the whole power of this website is crowdsourcing, you know, and they have people who take all these reports and put them together and put them on the map and make it make sense. And the more people they have reporting the brightest meteors, then the better the data is going to be at the end. That's it. Thanks, John.
Kim, was there any sound?
No, didn't hear any sound. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I've seen space junk break up, but I've never seen a meteor. So that would be pretty cool.
I think we saw one at the Star Party one year. It was very bright green and it kind of split at near the end. It was very, very pretty.
And just like anything else you're observing in the sky, the darker your sky, the better your chances of noticing something like this.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Thank you.
That's American Meteor Society.
Great. So, I would say we'll start the video presentation in about 10 minutes. So 8:33.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to stand up and stretch your legs and take a break. Cool. Thank you. So, several of the OAS members got together and we produced a landing party, a virtual watch party with a few of us. If you go to omahaastro.com/live, there is a link to the video that we did there. It has 91 views so far, which is pretty cool. And our web designer, webmaster Chris Russell, kind of did the production. And John Johnson and Krista and I were on live, and Snolly helped us do some testing, but she couldn't join us for the live broadcasting, unfortunately. But if you get a chance and you want to watch it, it's pretty cool. And there's a special treat at the end of the landing. So just a little plug there for that.
That's cool.
So let's go into the business meeting.
John?
Yes?
Oh, I was just thinking it, watching this last thing. I can imagine in a classroom where Johnny holds his hand up and he says, Mr. Smith, he says, how did we get life started on our planet? And Mr. Smith says, well, Johnny, we don't know for sure, but there's a possibility. It's not likely, but there is a possibility that a meteor brought early life forms to our planet millions of years ago. And Johnny said, well, Mr. Smith, where would these have come from? And the teacher said, well, Johnny, we don't really know. But there is an outside chance, although it is not likely, that we are distant descendants of early primitive life form on Earth.
Yep. So just a note that while the program was being run, all the audio and video was muted was muted on everybody. So if you want to be seen again, you need to click the start video on your screen. For laptops and desktop people, that should be in the lower left and it should say start video.
John, my says cannot start because the host has disabled it. This is Rodney, by the way.
Okay. We will work on that.
Okay. I mean, not a big deal.
Those were the individuals that hadn't muted, so I did it on my end.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't turn on my video. I muted my mic.
It's okay.
Yeah, everybody was great with muting their audio, but I did the video too, just to increase everybody's viewing pleasure.
Okay, so let's do secretary's report. Meeting was on February 5th, 2021. We started at 7:30. It was virtual with our 32 members. One Astro Park usage. There were no awards that night. Sonali gave a brief description of the February events. There was no outreach. Stafford had reported about the 10-inch being completed. And that there's a spare base if anyone wants it. Tool time, Steve talked about the new online resources page on the OAS website was to coincide with his article in the Stella, the Go-To Chronicles. Louis showed a model rocket his daughter built at NSP, if somebody wanted it. I did a brief discussion or a display presentation of the Discord server, and the use has picked up. And there was an extensive discussion of astrophotography before the break, and we just sort of had that as part of our presentation, like an extended tool time. So Diana read the minutes, and the treasurer's report by Mike. Vice President Rodney talked about the snowdrifts prevented him from getting in there. We talked about the Astro Park survey being closed, as well as various options that went along with that survey. That we'll get to that here in the next part of the business meeting. Let's see, ground school table. There's new business. There was no new business, and the motion to close business was made by Tom, seconded by Sonali, and the motion was passed. So that's the minutes. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes? Do we have a motion to accept the minutes as read?
I motion it. This is Tom.
Okay. Tom Wilson. Do we have a
I second it, Rodney.
Rodney seconds. A motion has been made and seconded to accept the minutes as read. All those in favor, unmute and say aye.
Aye.
Hey,
All those opposed say nay. Thank you for that. Let's see. And then treasurer's report. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so we can see you, Mike.
Okay. I don't see me.
Oh, your video's muted. Sorry.
My video's been muted? No, it's not.
Hang on.
He's on there in my center screen.
Oh, okay.
I see you too.
Well,
There.
I was spotlighted. Hang on.
I spotlighted him too.
Well, it's a short report. We received $259.94 in dues last month, $60 in rent for a couple of buildings in Astro Park, $23.14 in from Amazon Smile, for a total of $383.08 total income. There were no bills or expenditures, so the account balance at the end of the month is $13,813.90.
Thank you, Mike. Vice President's report.
The vice president has not made it into Astro Park. Yeah, I didn't get there this week with the snow melting, and I'd actually hurt myself last week. I had a ladder break on me and I came crashing down. I've been I was immobilized for a while, and yeah,
Are you
I
wearing
bruised
is
some
that a
ribs.
sling?
Yeah, I got pretty good mobility, but I landed on my shoulder and bounced my head off the ground, and bruised some ribs, but I'm okay. Nothing broken, nothing torn or stretched, just hurting. So I didn't even go back to work until Wednesday, and then I had to go run up to Omaha and get a prescription today, and so I just didn't get it done. So yeah, it sounds like Bill was down there. So
Oh, yeah. So that means people got in. So hooray.
And yeah. Well, didn't you say that you were there last night or yesterday or?
Yep. There's a picture up on the screen. That was me attempting to drive through without realizing how deep the snow was. About an hour after I was there, another member was able to drive all the way in, and I guess they had snow tires on their Subaru. I didn't. So
Yeah.
he braved it and
Yep.
made it. Posted several
My
pictures on
sedan, I'd have never
Discord.
made it in there.
Yeah. Bill has a medium pickup truck, so, but I don't. The snow's probably melted at this point.
The only place that there might still be some snow right there around that bend, you know, where the sun wouldn't be able to get to it. I mean, get into it in the morning, but not in the afternoon. So right there on the back side of that, there might be some snow still, but everything else should be melted and cleared off by now. Because I mean, it is everywhere else, except I have seen some, you know, some snow and some shadow patches, you know, everywhere else. So, but there might be some there, but I'm thinking it's probably minimal.
Okay. Thank you, Rodney. Okay, so the Astro Park Improvement Survey, the link is up on the OAS website. So if you would like to see that, when you're on the website and you go to monthly meeting and you go down to slide decks and handouts, it is down here. It says 2020 Astro Park Survey Results. And then you open the PDF and you will have all the tabulated results from the survey that we got, as well as the comments down below. So that is available for people to peruse and get more of an understanding of what we were doing with that survey. The ground school is tabled for now. In regards to the purchase of the 6-inch Nexstar SE with battery pack, Snolly is going to donate a telescope in the same size class that's also go-to. So we believe that will supplant the need for the 6-inch Nexstar SE. The youth program chair or youth program coordinator chair, I think hopefully that the fall looks like a good time as things start to thaw, so to speak, in the terms of our current health crisis. That is the current old business. Does anybody have any new business? Wow, very quiet. Okay. With that, then, the next meeting is Friday, April 2nd via Zoom. Is there a motion to adjourn the business meeting?
Sure, I motion to adjourn the business meeting. This is Kim.
Kim? Is there a
I
second?
second that. This is Mark.
Which Mark?
Mark Sapola.
Thank you. When I'm sharing my screen, it's hard for me to see because I only get like 3 little boxes of people. A motion has been made and seconded to adjourn this business meeting. All those in favor say aye.
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 Hi.
All opposed say nay. Motion is carried. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And we can
I am stopping the recording.